Good morning, morning, morning. It's time for the story, and today's story is Burglar Bill. Do you know what a burglar is? A burglar is a thief, a robber, someone who takes your things, particularly from your house. Doesn't happen very often, but sometimes someone might sneak in and take your things and then run away. It's not very nice. Burglars, wear black masks, look a bit sneaky, not very nice, and they want the police to catch them and stop them taking our things. That's what a burglar is. There's a picture of Burglar Bill. He has his mask on so no one can see who it is. He has a sack to put his stolen things in. He has a torch, because burglars often come when it's dark and you can't see them. Burglar Bill. Burglar Bill lived by himself in a tall house full of stolen things. Every night he had his stolen fish and chips and a cup of stolen tea for his supper. Then he swings a big stolen sack over his shoulder and goes to work, stealing things. There he is. Everything he has, he's taken from somebody else. That's not good. That's not Kendrick kind or Hugo honest. And it doesn't make anyone happy. Every morning, Burglar Bill comes home from his work and has stolen toast and marmalade and a cup of stolen coffee for breakfast. Then he goes upstairs and sleeps in his stolen, comfy bed. There he is. One night, Burglar Bill is working in a little secret street behind the police station. When he comes to the first house, he climbs to the bathroom window and shines his torch around. "That's a nice toothbrush," said Burglar Bill. "I'll have that." And he puts it in his sack. Then he comes to a second house and climbs to the kitchen window and shines his torch around. "That's a nice tin of beans," said Burglar Bill. "I'll have that." And he puts it in his sack. Then he comes to the third house. He climbs into the bedroom window and shines his torch around. "That's a nice hat and coat and a pair of trousers and socks and shoes," said Burglar Bill. "I'll have those." And he puts them in his sack. Wow. He's stolen a toothbrush, a can of beans, and a whole load of clothes. There he is. Up to no good. Up to mischief. Tut tut, Burglar Bill, that's not good. When he comes to the 16th house, he stops. There, on the front step, is a big brown box with little holes in it. "That's a nice big brown box with little holes in it," said Burglar Bill. "I'll have that." In the distance, the town hall strikes 5. Dong, 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 dong. "Time to stop work," says Burglar Bill. He swings the sack over his shoulder, picks up the box, and goes home for breakfast. After breakfast, Burglar Bill plays with his cat by the fire. Suddenly, he hears a noise. "Sounds like a police car," says Burglar Bill. But the noise is coming from the big brown box, and it's getting louder. "Sounds like 2 police cars," said Burglar Bill. He creeps up to the box and raises the lid. "Blow me, it ain't no police car, it's a baby." There he is. This is the box he stole, and he can hear a noise coming from inside it. He doesn't know what it is. He thinks it might be a police car. There's no police cars in there, so he opens it up, and what does he find? A baby! Why is there a baby in the box? How peculiar. Burglar Bill puts the baby on the table. "What was he going to do with the baby in the box?" he said, and the baby keeps crying. "All alone," says Burglar Bill. He pats the baby on the hand. "An orphan. It's got no mummy and daddy." But the baby keeps crying. Then Burglar Bill says, "I know what you want. You want something to eat." Burglar Bill gives the apple to the baby, but he still cries. He gives the toast and marmalade to the baby, but the baby still cries. He gives a plate of beans and a cup of tea to the baby. The baby eats the beans, throws a cup of tea on the floor, and starts to laugh. That's better, said Burglar Bill. I like a few beans myself. There he is. He didn't know what the baby wanted. He tried the apple? No. Try the tea? Nope. Try the toast? Nope. The beans? Yes. The baby liked the beans. Burglar Bill sits by the fire and wonders what to do with the baby. The baby gives the football. He gives the football to the baby to play with. The baby throws the ball at the cat and keeps on crying. He gives the baby a book, but the baby keeps on crying. He sings songs, but the baby cries even more. He falls off the piano and bangs his nose on the floor. The baby laughs and shouts, "Again, again." Again, says Burglar Bill, rubbing his nose. I didn't want to do it the first time. So him falling off the chair makes the baby laugh. Not his singing, though. Burglar Bill bounces the baby on his knee. So can you talk, says Burglar Bill. Baglaboo, says the baby. Say, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper. Baglabool, said the baby. Suddenly, Burglar Bill feels his knee getting wet, and there's a funny smell. Pooh! I know what you want. Pooh, says the baby. Burglar Bill changes his nappy. He didn't have one spare one, so he uses a towel instead. Say, for she's a jolly good fellow, said Burglar Bill. Burglar Bill's changed him. Baby's got a towel rather than a nappy, but it will do. Good job, Burglar Bill. Burglar Bill's been quite nice to baby. Burglar Bill plays the baby and shows it round the house. He feeds it again, changes its nappy, washes his clothes, and hangs him on the line. The night comes, and he takes the baby for a walk in the park. Say, run for it, if you see anyone. Run for it, says the baby. Now he's washing all the things, and he's taking the baby for a walk. Look, and Burglar Bill's dressed in his burglar outfit, and he's using a wheelbarrow, because he doesn't have a pram, or a buggy. At 12 o'clock, Burglar Bill comes home, puts the baby to bed, and goes to bed himself. Soon he's snoring and dreaming of his childhood days. Downstairs, he hears a noise. It's a noise that Burglar Bill has heard before, the noise of someone opening a window and climbing in. Blow me down, I'm being burgled. So Burglar Bill has been burgled by someone else. Ironic. Burglar Bill creeps to the top of the stairs. Down below, a torch is shining, and there's the voice. That's a nice umbrella. I'll have that. Burglar Bill creeps down the stairs. The voice says, that's a nice tin of beans. I'll have that too. Burglar Bill creeps along the hall into the kitchen. The voice says, that's a nice cake. I'll have that too. Burglar Bill puts the light on. Oh, look. It's Burglar Bill's house. There's Burglar Bill creeping, looking through the window door, and he sees someone is burgling his house. Another burglar. There, with a black mask over her eyes and her hands in the bread tin, stands a lady. Who are you? Says Burglar Bill. I'm Burglar Betty, says the lady. Who are you? Burglar Bill puts on his own mask. Oi, says Burglar Betty. I know you. It's Burglar Bill. I've seen your picture in the police station. Look here. I'm ever so sorry breaking in like this. If I'd known. Don't mention it, says Burglar Bill. He holds out his hand. Pleased to meet you. Likewise, said Burglar Betty. Burglar Bill makes a jug of cocoa and opens a pack of ginger biscuits. The two burglars sit around the kitchen table. You married, Bill? Says Burglar Betty. Nah, the right woman never came along. He offers the biscuits to Burglar Betty. She takes one and dips it in her cocoa. Only I just wondered, seeing all these baby things. So there's all the baby things. There's Burglar Betty. About to steal his bread. And there's Burglar Bill. Interesting. Oh, I got a baby. I found it on the doorstep, in a box. In a box? Says Burglar Betty. That's right, says Burglar Bill. A big brown box with little holes on. A big brown box with little holes in it, says Burglar Betty. Yeah, that's right. Well, blow me down. That baby's mine. The two babies hurry upstairs to the baby's room. That's him, says Burglar Betty. She swings the baby in the air. You see, I got this little birthmark on his leg. And these are the clothes I brought him in, that his grandma knit him. So the baby belongs to Burglar Betty. What a coincidence. Back in the kitchen, Burglar Bill makes a fresh jug of cocoa and opens a pack of arrowroot biscuits. Meanwhile, Burglar Betty tells him how she lost her baby. You see, I left him on the doorstep for a minute when I was burgling a house. When I came back, he was gone. I thought the police had him. I only thought it was a useful box of sorts, says Burglar Bill. I never knew there was a baby in it. Burglar Betty got ready to leave. I suppose your husband will be glad to see you back, says Burglar Bill. No, he won't. I ain't got no husband. The dabs a little hanky in her eye. You see, I'm a widow lady. So Burglar Bill likes the baby, and it's Burglar Betty's baby, but there's no husband. I smell love in the air. Burglar Bill walks through town with Burglar Betty and the baby. You know, Betty, he says, getting burgled like that gave me a fright. I know what you mean, says Burglar Betty. Losing my baby gave me a fright. I can see the error of my ways, says Burglar Bill. I've been a bad man. Me too, says Burglar Betty. I've been a bad woman. I've been a terrible person. Just then, the baby starts to cry. Shh, says Burglar Betty. You'll have the police after us. Burglar Bill looked over his shoulder. From now on, I'm going to lead an honest life. And all the things I've pinched, I will give back. All of them, mine and yours, Betty. We're going to take them back. They've had a revelation. Burglar Bill and Burglar Betty have realised that taking things is wrong. So they go around and take everything back. The toothbrush, the flowers, the fish, the policeman's hat, the umbrellas, the pianos, everything. They're taking it all back. So Burglar Bill stops being a burglar and, after time, starts working as a bread man in a local bakery. Burglar Betty stops being a burglar as well. When spring comes, she sells her house and gives the money to the police fund. Then they get married to Burglar Bill. Outside the church, Bill stands with the baby in his arms. Say Bakery Bill, he says. Bakery Bill, says the baby. Say, for she's a jolly good fair loaf for marrying him. In the distance, the town hall strikes 4. Bill, Betty and the baby leave the church and walk down the street past the police station and go and have tea. They get married. What a nice ending to the story. And here, it's no longer Burglar Bill, it's now Bakery Bill. That's nice. It's true. If you do something wrong, you can always make amends and go and be good. Thanks very much. See you soon. Bye.